Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
I'm Mike.
And today we're cracking open a new bottle of Driftless Glen Rye, batch 1. This one, Driftless Glen, stressing me out, man. He's stressing me out. So the reason Steve was in the store a while back, I think this was in Western Connecticut at one point, and again, he found another batch 1 on Driftless Glen. So I'm like, you got to get it because we can always compare it to a later batch that we have. So this is batch 1. I got it for $29.99. It is 96 proof. It says it is a minimum of 6 months. So it is not an old girl over here, that's for sure. So the distillery is Driftless Glen in Baraboo, Wisconsin, and this is known to be the high rye mash bill. They do have a 51%. I was talking with, and I apologize, I forget your last. It was Scott online, and he said he is absolutely loving the 51% one. But this is the high rye mash bill, and
Yum.
We will see what it has. But it is batch 1, so I definitely had him grab it because I know in the bourbon, when we tried Steve's actual bourbon, we had batch 41, the first one we ever tried. Yeah. So we will end up trying to do 1 versus 41 to see if it improves.
It is kind of, well, was it a rye?
No, that was the bourbon.
Yeah.
Thanks for paying attention, Mike.
Yes, no, you're welcome.
On the bourbon, no, I had him buy batch 1 for me, but because we had batch 1 of that one also. But and then so this one.
You get the note, but it's not a crazy
delicious. Is that the note you're getting?
That's not the note I'm getting.
All right, I was just curious. You said but the note.
But it's not overpowering.
It's definitely, you get mint. It's the first. You're definitely getting mint on the front.
I was going there. I'm a slow talker.
You said the note. I was just trying to figure out which one it was.
Wow.
But
all right.
You're definitely getting a mint. Let me see what it tastes like, though.
Yeah. And you get the taste.
So when you say a minimum of 6 months, they say rye whiskey matures faster than bourbon, but I mean, that's young, a minimum of 6 months.
It is.
I mean, it's a minimum, so it could be a lot more than that, but it doesn't taste young, though.
No, it does have, it carries for 96 as well.
Well, someone had said the other day, like when we did the Arkansas one, you might not remember that one, but when we did the Arkansas one, someone had said like, oh, I'm not paying $49 for a 1 year, rye, but that one didn't taste young either. I'm not getting anything about this being young.
So to answer that question, then don't go to any local new distillers because they're all trying something new and they're all trying to get their foot in the door, and typically it's 2 for less than.
No, and
they're gonna have the.
Well, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. He was just making a point saying, because I think that was $49, and I had said in the beginning, at this price, I don't think it would be that bad. Like I would prefer it a little bit less money, but during the review,
they're this big. I mean, literally, they're not,
humongous,
60 feet high,
1,000,000 gallons, right?
They're not. So you have to take that into consideration when you go there. Or
see, back when they were doing batch 1, if I remember correctly in my research,
you probably had a 6-pot.
I think they did like 20 barrel batches and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I know
40 feet high now.
They have grown way bigger now, but I think when they did like a batch, they were small batches. They, just to do it. But
so they reinvested and did well.
No, good for them. You know what, though? This is the 3rd one we've tried by these guys. And again, I mean, the last 2 have been batch 1. The last 2 have been batch 1, which is crazy to me.
I get it. And I am not the top rye guy. I'm not disliking this.
You do get that mint.
You do,
and I'm getting a different flavor too.
You do have an extra flavor, which is kind of nice.
I'm trying to get what that is in my head so that I can bring it across. But this isn't. And again, I as much as I do trash on some other ones and stuff like that, I'm going to throw them out there because they're big. Whistle Pig, was just a mint in the face. That was harsh when it came at you.
I don't know if we've come across one
that
that was
you
like,
like. Honestly,
we were like, this is where I'd go.
So I'm only trying to relate it because
And that's
again, Whistle
pricey.
Pig is not cheap.
No, I was gonna say,
You're
it's
upwards to
almost
$100 for most of the stuff that they have there.
The cheapest probably would be $69.99.
Right, and that's like their 6-year or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It's a pricier end. And again, I'm not dumb enough, but it's a way more.
And we have not been there, so I don't know what it looks like. I have not even Googled them to see, what is their manufacturing.
And I know they have a following and people love them. And
Yep,
I'm not
they
saying
do.
it for that. We just haven't found one that we liked like
we
that.
have not.
But we do have a sampler over there that Steve did one of these days. We're gonna have to do because he did buy that on vacation one day. But I like
Steve likes to fuck with me. Like,
no, that's why he bought the Scotch one. But this one was just for fun. You know what I mean?
Already.
But, honestly, we have to do that one of these days. This isn't only bringing mint though. I'm trying to get with the other. There's another hint of something in there.
There is. It kind of disguises. It might be a sweetness that kind of disguises the mint. Is it my first pick? No. And we all know that. But with this at $30, you really you're not gonna that $30. You're not gonna go wrong. We have some over there that I've said this 1,000 times. We haven't done them because I keep pushing it to the back because it's probably not gonna be.
I'm just gonna go ahead. You keep talking. I know you're not gonna want to report, but I just want to. I want to see.
I do. But
well, go ahead.
No. Depends how long you talk.
No.
We'll see how that goes.
I know he doesn't like these. I'm just trying to see if I can get whatever that secondary flavor is.
I'm with you.
The main reason why I wanted to get this
in the nose.
I absolutely had to buy it because it was batch one. Because I agree with you. I think someone else owned a store and they had a bunch of stuff in the back. He went into this one store and this is the 2 out of the 3 batch ones that he actually. I'm like, grab them all because how do you see batch one? I mean, they've been around for a while now. You know what I mean?
So I told you my theory of that.
I agree with your theory 100%. We're not going to say your theory exactly, but I agree with it. 100%.
When a liquor store was sold.
Yep, and they had them in the back room, and the new people didn't care, and they just threw them out.
Well, they don't know.
And they just tossed them out there. I agree with that. Because how else do you get batch one? Because, again, we're on batch 41. Was the first bourbon he had.
One was like, okay, this could be worth something. Mm-hmm. And the rest of them, I can't go there. We'll just put it out.
Yeah, I don't care. Just sell
and good for them.
And right, because they actually sold it, at a decent price.
Well, good
too.
for us.
You know what I mean? So, right.
I'm not saying, I'm not going to say I dislike this. It's not overpowering in the total rye category.
We have a bunch of ryes that are going to have to come up because I did go on a little rye kick there for a little while because. Well, you know what? Because we have no diversity. All the ryes came out of our blinds, so I figured we're going to have to step it up. So I did buy a handful of them to see. I can't go back on memory. I think Rocktown might have had a little bit more flavor, but I can't really do it. We'd have to put it. So if you want to see something like that, I don't know what the
same proof, probably close.
What the proof is.
The nose definitely jumps out as a rye.
Maybe I'll write them down as a Blind Fight Friday. One that you're not going to be happy with.
No. Hey, we'll do them.
But just to see.
Geez, drinking whiskey, that's going to be a bad day.
Right. But overall, I mean, I'm not finding this super mint heavy forward.
It's not. That's why I think it's tolerable.
Yeah.
And even in the taste, it's not crazy. That's all I get.
Right.
I do get a hint of sweetness with it.
There is something else in there. That's
a
weird thing.
All I can say is sweetness. Because it kind of masks the mint. Even in the nose. I mean, it's pretty caramel, fairly decent nose. I don't
remember when I drank, and I don't know, your memory is worse than mine. So we're going to go with that. But
okay,
I don't remember. I don't remember if I was getting like the fresh baked bread when I did the bourbon, but I can't decipher what this is. This is a fresh crack too.
Again, I never get bread anyway. In the flavor, there's no disguising it's a rye. But it's not an overpowering rye.
Right, but what I'm saying in my nose, I think I'm getting a hint of a fresh baked bread in the front with a mint.
I was getting more caramel with a mint.
There is again. It's not a solo mint show. That's all it is.
No,
you're not going with the double mint gum.
Oh,
you got the eye?
No, I had it on my finger and like a dumbass, and just wiped it. So that's working out well.
Better you than me.
Yeah. Since sneezy coffee just went through yesterday.
Yeah, well, it can happen to the best of us. You know what I mean?
I shouldn't really be screwing with them because I am older. I could be choking way before
and
you.
I'm just gonna point and laugh too. That's what you did to me. So, no. Overall, I will be on the lookout. So, thank you, Scott. I will be on the lookout for the 51%. I do like because we have had a lot of good ones, and I'm trying to think back in my head. I will say these knob cash strength ones. You don't even know you're drinking a rye.
No.
You know what I mean?
You gotta pull for a nose.
We had two blinds come up, and neither one of them did we think it was a rye. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. So I'm guessing that's what the 51% one would probably be from these guys. Mm-hmm. I will say they're doing big things over there, and each bottle has different colors and different things, and I can't keep track of what's what. Like the batches are all different.
Google their shop. It's a beautiful shop.
So I have been impressed. I mean, again, this is uber young. I mean, a minimum of 6 months, but I'm not tasting. There's no grass or any nastiness that.
I agree.
I mean, this is still very good. I know you don't like rye, but for like what it is, I think it's very good.
So if I went there in a blind, I would have picked this up for $30. I would have.
Oh, there you go.
Only because you go to others and you do the blinds. And they're 60, 90, 100, 120.
Money, yeah.
And I don't think they're as good.
You would have grabbed the bourbon over this, though, the batch one bourbon that we did. It was around that same price, if I'm not mistaken,
okay,
too.
But again...
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's not outrageously priced.
I would have grabbed both.
Yeah.
Not anti-rye. I prefer the bourbon, but for the price, do I want to spend $129 for this? I would never spend $129.
No. I wouldn't either. And honestly,
some of them are. That's the part you haven't been out.
I wouldn't buy it. That's the difference. Because
you wouldn't even go there.
No, well, it's not that I wouldn't go there. Just definitely wouldn't buy it if it's that price. I mean, we had opportunities to buy a $100 bottle of Buffalo Trace, and I said no because it's just that's not.
This is a whole different environment, but yes, correct.
You know, I will say I remember their bourbon had a lot more of a complexity. This is definitely bringing a whole lot of the.
I'm not sad.
The minty end. I'm not either, but.
And for the price, I could tolerate that. So, and you're thinking, 6 months. What can you do in 6 months? They did a pretty good job.
They do say that rye. I don't know if they use the smaller barrels. I don't remember. Well, batch one, they could have been doing anything back then, but. I know he did watch at one point in time, so if he is watching, he can comment down below. But I'm actually kind of digging this. I will be on the lookout for the 51% one though, just to see so we can have a contrast of which one we like better. You know what I mean? I am in agreement.
In my head, I already know where I'd probably be leaning, but
because a lot of the ones, even when we did like the Rittenhouse and the other ones, a lot of them, or the Baby Saz, they had more bourbon flavors than. They had the rye flavors, and I do like that little mint that they're both gone. They're both gone.
Baby Saz.
I did graduate, but I did like both of them. That was actually I actually really like the JD the JD rye. I'm still on a hunt for the JD single barrel proof. That rye, it's supposed to be a regular occurrence. Yet to make to Massachusetts. I can tell you that right now. So. Right. We can wrap this up because Sunday Funday was long lost yesterday. So there you go. Driftless Glen Rye Whiskey. I definitely want to try their other expression of this.
I agree. I
do think they have a higher proof one that I would like to find. So they are on my radar. So if you guys have any suggestions about them, leave a comment down below because I've actually there's nothing that we've had from these guys so far that I haven't liked.
I think you are correct.
It's kind of like
I believe we really had.
Even like we just tried the new riff the other day, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get some of your stuff because they got a lineup, and these guys are kind of in that same category where I'm liking what you're doing.
We're like at 1-41, which is kind of neat. So
but that's where I will
let
put
me
that.
Go hide this under some other table.
Well, I haven't touched the bourbon since then. Well, I shouldn't say that. Steve came over because he has the 41.
Yeah.
So I said, here, try this one, and then I will end up doing the one. I think one versus 41. Oh no, he's gonna like this one. He actually liked the Arkansas one. He was like, what did Mike like about this? I'm like, you have to ask him. So that being said, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do see this, it won't be batch one, but I'm going to actually be look out for like a later batch because I think it'd be neat to go back and see. Yeah. Are you improving? You know what I mean? Type of a deal. That's why I bought this.
I would assume it's in the same price range, so it would be. You would hope. Because then we could still Yeah, do a comparison.
Well, and that's kind of why I said you got to get that one, because then I know they're way further along. So if we happen to see a batch 50 now, ooh, let's grab the rye and see if it's better. So
150.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Subscribe.